Welcome back. We are live from COP25 in Madrid. Our next guest today is Miss Sara Panigone. Sara is the Sustainable Device Transition Leader at Chiesi Farmaceutici, an Italian pharmaceutical company. Welcome, Sara.
Thank you.
You are also our first speaker from the private sector, which is very important because we always talk about the role of the private sector and the importance of all industries and all sectors joining forces to tackle climate change. Sara, tell us a little bit about what Chiesi is doing on sustainability.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much. So, it's been a great pleasure for me to be invited at this COP to present on behalf of Chiesi Farmaceutici. Actually, yesterday I had the opportunity to speak during a panel discussion about the systematic approach for carbon footprint calculation. A tool that allowed us as Chiesi not only to calculate the carbon footprint of our products today, but also to apply it in future perspective. So when it comes to the future products that we're going to develop. And we are talking about essentially products for respiratory diseases, talking about asthma and COPD. This is very coherent for a company like Chiesi, which is, as you said, an Italian privately owned pharmaceutical company at global level with over 40 years of experience in innovation in the respiratory field, but also very strong sustainability vision. Chiesi is today registered in Italy as a benefit corporation. Since June this year, is also the largest global pharmaceutical company to be awarded B Corp certification. So Chiesi has this strong sustainability vision, strongly committed to support the Sustainable Development Goals as defined by United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. And coherent with that, we also set the challenge to become carbon neutral by 2035. In this context, it was very important to present a case in which we started from the carbon footprint, so the analysis of the impact that we have currently on the environment, and apply it in future perspective for our future products.
And you were telling me before a little bit about this a very real example, a tangible example that you are applying to one of your products. Do you want to tell our audience about that?
Actually, what I presented yesterday as an example is the reality for us today. Because yesterday we announced our plan to strongly reduce the carbon footprint of our spray inhalers, the one that are used by asthma and COPD patients. Currently, the carbon footprint of spray inhalers is mainly related to the content of propellant that is used to deliver the drug properly to the lungs of the patients. We have studied how, by switching to a different type of propellant, a propellant with a much lower global warming potential, the name is HFA 152A, is currently the only viable option that we have for medical use in development by a leader in the sector, that is a company called Cura, that would allow us, if we reformulate our current products using a new propellant, to cut down the carbon footprint of our products by 90%. So we have committed to bring to the market the first carbon minimal spray inhalers by the end of 2025. And we have announced a considerable investment over the next 5 years, over 350 million investment to achieve this important goal. That implies bringing to the patients all the range of therapeutic options they need, whilst we strive to minimize the environmental impact as coherent with our mission as a company.
There is congratulations. I think it's a very amazing to hear what you're doing. I know in the recent months there has been a growing interest about also the public at large on the role of the healthcare industry in encouraging sustainability. You told us about what Chiesi is doing concretely. What do you think, in general, the role of the industry is, and what else can be done moving forward to support the transition to a resilient economy?
Yes, this is a very important point. We are facing a global climate crisis, and as it's written here, it's time for action. So we think that everybody from the private sector, from the public sector, should take the should share the burden to take action and concrete action to contribute to this very important goal. We believe as Chiesi that we also have a role to play, despite, for example, the inhalers contribute for a minimal proportion of the total emission. Still, we think that we can strive to improve and to reduce the environmental impact of our products, which is very coherent with our commitment as a company.
Absolutely.
With very strong sustainability vision. So we are proud to say that we have found a way forward. We have found a solution that at the same time can contribute not to negatively impact on patient health, so contribute to preserving the importance of patient health, and at the same time reduce environmental impact. So we have offered an example of how also a pharmaceutical company within the healthcare industry can play a significant role. But it's not a matter of a single company, it's always a matter of collaboration. So we are open to collaborate with all the stakeholders in the sector in order to achieve this very important goal. And if I can take the word of our CEO who announced our plan yesterday, we can only hope that other players in the sector will join us and will follow our example.
And we also very much hope so, and encourage everyone to join forces and follow the example, join and transition to a different system, which is what we need to protect our people and our planet. Thank you very much, Sara, for being with us. Please continue to follow the conversation. #COP25, Time for Action, and C4C Live. We are going to be back in just a few minutes with the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.